welcome to Now This Is the Pacifist Podcast.
Great.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's better than the other suggestion, isn't it? We were, what was it? The soundtracks to our lives.
That's exactly what it says. Soundtracks to our lives. I hate that.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as Reflections.
Hey, Reflections are all right. I still like that.
Yeah, it still hasn't happened though, has it? Nearly a year in. We've still dodged it.
No, you have put your foot down quite severely on that one. Reflections on.
What did you even want to talk about when we were talking about reflections?
Just everything. It depends what we were reflecting on the day.
But like mirrors, shiny surfaces. It's like when you wear a black jacket.
Just like when you reflect on something, you know, like reflections on French culture or something like that. But I don't know. Well, clearly.
I'm so glad we never did that.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it doesn't matter, does it? Because we haven't done it. So
yeah, by the sounds of it, we won't be.
God. So we've gone with now that's what I call the Pacifist Podcast. Not at all ripping off anyone's previous album ideas or anything like that. But
I used to love those CDs. Now CDs, when I was like 11, 12, I thought they were the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, they're very obsolete now, aren't they? I mean, they're still going on, don't they? Still, but they're not numbering them anymore. I don't think they're numbering them anymore. I think they're just going for like genres or something like that.
Oh, possibly like loads of throwback albums and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how it works, to be fair.
I don't either, but I did recently, because we're talking about music and now CDs. About I don't know, maybe a month ago, because I've got Apple Music, and I decided to go through like basically the Now CD of what's happening now, and listen to 50 tracks that are currently in the charts. They were garbage, man. There was one song. One song was really fucking good. It was absolutely brilliant. It was that Nas X song. The name of it escapes me, but I can find out really fucking quickly because I listened to it about a minute ago. No, that's Ultravox. What's it called? Nas X. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was literally, I can't even say it. Montero? Montero.
Montero, yeah?
Yeah, it's Little Nas X. So it's the one that caused all the controversy. Do you know about the controversy? I
think so. Isn't this where he was, it was very openly gay or something, the video?
It's super gay. It's the best thing I've ever seen, Mushy. But it's not just gay. It's all like occulty as well. And like he dances with. He doesn't just dance with the devil. There's a bit in the song or in the video where he goes, fuck it, and he pole dances down a pole to hell. It's incredible. He just gets down there and then he just turns to the camera, and I think that's when he says "fuck it." He's like "fuck it," and then he just lap dances the devil. it's just fucking brilliant.
Yeah, but that's using your artistic license, isn't it? Really, I mean, I think if you're going to make a video, you might as well make it controversial, get a few fucking complaints or something like that in, you know. And I guess it's for a good cause as well, isn't it? You know, like with it being Pride Month and everything, I guess that works nicely. It was released a while ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's a few months old now. I don't know if it had anything to do with Pride, but all I do know is that when I listened through all of those random ass tracks, there was two that were okay. The second of which got deleted off after a couple of days. So I was just like, I'm sick and tired of hearing that. But that Lil Nas X song is still there because it's just genuinely a brilliant fucking song. And then I looked up the video and I was like, oh, this is the gay devil thing that I've been hearing about. Had no idea. It was just a cool song because he's the guy who did "I'm gonna take my house to an old town road, I'm gonna ride."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Again, you know, I suppose cowboys are a little bit gay. I didn't pick up on it. I mean, it wasn't.
It depends on which cowboys you're talking about, I guess.
Well, Brokeback Mountain ones, of course, the most handsome of all the cowboys.
I don't think they're a little bit gay. I think they're very, very gay. I think
they're very, very gay. I love that movie. I think it's fucking great.
I still haven't seen it. To be fair,
it's beautiful.
I'm sure it is, but it's not like an anti-gay movement or anything like that on my part. It's just I just haven't got around to watching it.
You should watch it, because when they bum each other, bearing in mind it's a love story, it's like the roughest thing ever. Having never experienced gay sex, I don't know how it goes, but after seeing it, I'm like, it's a bit rough for me.
It's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, the Joker literally flips over Jake Gyllenhaal and just literally bums him. It's just like, oh, it's really cold out there. He's just like, right, well, you're coming in, you're getting it. I was just, very surprised.
That's a bit of a choice, isn't it? Freeze to death outside or get furiously bumped by Heath Ledger. I don't know.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, that was good. I didn't realise it was a gay film when I watched it. I was just like, oh, cowboys, I'll watch that. I thought it was just going to be something a bit long and boring, like The Postman or Dances with Wolves. I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean how his movies are very long. And
don't use the B word for either of those films, thank you.
Did that trigger you, Mushy? Do you need a safe space?
You might have done a little bit, yeah. I can't believe you just called Dances with Wolves boring.
It's not boring. It's a brilliant movie. As is The Postman. I mean, I can see why people think it is boring, but it is good.
That's because they're the morons that just watch a film and just need action and blood and stuff like that, and they can't pick up on the finer nuances of the directorship and filmmaking and stuff.
Finer nuances on directorship. I like that. What? First try, Mushy. First try.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, I should probably show. I bought a very expensive bottle of Jack Daniels because it was on offer, and I've yet to try it. Smells like Jack.
It smells like whiskey.
Strong. Yeah, I've got better.
No,
actually, I'm a little bit disappointed. That's a £45 bottle of whiskey. I mean, I got it for 30. Yeah, Glenfiddich 12 is nicer than that. Old Putney's better than that.
Yeah,
Jack Liddell.
Malts. Oh, Jack Liddell's can't go wrong with a bit of Jack Liddell, mate.
Oh, I love it. I love them. I love malts, but I don't like blends. If I'm gonna have a blend, I'll have a bourbon.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, I think maybe that's as expensive as it is because it's in a really fancy looking bottle. Looks like a genie should pop out of it.
Quite possibly. I mean, we went to I think it was Bournemouth some time ago. Went to this bar and they had like I can't remember what he said it was. It was something like the 10th batch that they'd created or something like that. A bottle of it.
Of what?
Of Jack Daniels. Like it was proper sort of antique whiskey, and he said like basically it worked out about £1,000 for a shot.
Shit the bed.
Yeah,
I'd probably be wasted on me. It's got lots of shit written on it, mate. It's a single barrel. Hang on, there's a card. Why is it fancy? Single barrel selected, hand selected Jack Daniels, Tennessee. Yeah. I mean, it's got like a bottling date and like a batch number on it. Normal Jack doesn't have that, does it?
Probably not. I don't know.
Really well, there's only one other one that I want to try, and that's the Gentleman Jack. Have you seen that bottle?
I have. Yeah.
Have you tried it? Is it good?
I think I have, and I don't recall it being overwhelmingly sort of different.
No, I was expecting that to blow my mind, but it just tastes like Jack. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but I was expecting my world to be changed. It wasn't changed. But
no, I mean, I'm partial to a Bullet. A bit of
Bullets. Yeah, Bullet's nicer than that. Bullet's way nicer than that.
I've still got half a bottle in there. Not that I drink it anymore, but it's my when I'm stressed, I sniff it.
I was going to say, do you just go and smell the bottle?
Like some sort of sweaty pervert. But yeah, it does a trick. It's nice.
As ridiculous as it is, Bullet, the fact that the bottle's shaped the way it is, it's not shaped like a bullet. It's kind of shaped like a big hip flask, isn't it? It's kind of got that ass curve.
Everything about it is cowboy. That's the way I describe it. It's a cowboy-shaped bullet. The glass is like embossed, so it's like you've got a cork in it as well. So if you really feel like it, you can pull it out with your teeth like a proper cowboy.
And then you can bum someone because you're cold.
I mean, that goes for any drink. To be honest, if you're cold, you can bum someone, providing you've got their consent, of course.
Of course.
Actually, otherwise it's just wrong.
Yeah, otherwise it's just rape, Mushy.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, moving swiftly back onto music. Oh, look at my tan lines. Look at that. I've been beasted this week. The sun has fucking murdered me.
It really has. This is why I avoid going outside during daytime. Oh.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week weather-wise. Like an absolute frazzler. And my manager at work, Matt, that good manager, he's just a nice guy, but a shit manager, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's come up before, yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned him before. He's been, well, I say he's been calling me fat for the last 3 days, but he hasn't. But where I've just moved, all of my really old work shirts have resurfaced and they don't fit. And I imagine I've been wearing them for months, but I always wear a hoodie.
Yeah.
But it's been so hot that I've had to take my hoodie off. And he just came up to me and just started laughing. I was like, what? And he's like, do you want me to order you some new shirts? So I was like, what are you fucking on about? He's like, well, that one definitely doesn't fucking fit, does it? Like,
that's what you need to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh, cheers. At like 6 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for that, boss. And then the next day I was like, right, I'm not going to wear a bad shirt to work. Fuck this. I'm not being ridiculed again. And I had a long sleeve one, but the sleeves were rolled up. And I rolled them down, and they came up to here. So once he came into work, so I get in about an hour before him. I was like, look, I'm just going to head this off right now. This shirt is also going in the fucking bin. And I rolled down my sleeves and put my arms out. And it was basically a short sleeve shirt with collars on my elbows. Fucking ridiculous. But yes, so the sun brings its inherent problems with me.
Yeah, doesn't it? I avoid all of these by just staying inside. That's why I keep my pasty A4 white paper look.
Is that why you work at night? So you can wear jumpers and coats all night?
Well, yeah, it helps. I mean, to be fair, I've been in a t-shirt for the past week, wandering around at night in t-shirts because it's been that warm.
Trying to get a tan off the moon.
Get a moon tan, a nice moon tan. Yeah, it's coming along nicely, I think.
It matches. It matches the colour of the moon. You got white and red. That's it.
So we've got. What are we going to do then? We've come up with some subjects.
Yeah, we've got categories.
What we want to talk about. We've also got a little exercise to partake in, haven't we?
We do. I thought of a little game. Should we explain the game now and just do it later?
Explain the game now, yeah, and I'll see whether I've got the rules right because I think I've developed my own game.
Okay.
so go on.
So the idea is to describe a song, basically. Not say the lyrics, not sing the tune, but to literally describe it. And the other person has to guess what said song is.
Right.
Do you want to have a go?
No. I'm
okay.
happy to wait until later. It's slightly different what I've done. What I've done is I've taken lyrics for said song, and I have reworded the first verse of these songs.
Okay.
So they mean the same thing, but they're very different words.
Oh God, both are like fucking riddles. Then I don't think you're going to get either of mine because it was a bit of a rush job. Plus, I did it in pen, so when I come to reading it, it's going to be a case of me deciphering what I've written and going from there.
Well, I was watching a handy little TikTok the other day. There's a guy on TikTok that does tech tips. It's like TikTok tech tips.
Yeah.
That's not what he's called, but I just wanted to say it.
It's fun.
Yeah, and he was showing how to do the split screen thing on Android phones. So I used that today to read off the things and then on the other screen make notes. So look at me technologying.
You fancy little bitch, Mushy. Well done. Yeah. Well done indeed.
Yeah. Although TikTok is very, very close to going in the bin.
Is that because you can't do it or because it's the most addictive thing in the world?
A bit of both. But I've developed a new pet hate, which I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't prepared to develop a hatred this late on in my life. I know, but not of this kind. I get so hooked on TikTok videos. Yeah. And then at the end, like they start telling a story or something like that, and you're like, oh yeah. What happens? And then they're just like part 2.
Which I've done. I've literally done that this week.
Yeah, I noticed you have. It's different when we do it because it is.
Okay. One rule for us, but none for anyone else.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. But it's just the most frustrating thing because I can never find the part 2s.
Oh, okay, right. I did see, for context, Mushy sent me an enormous message ranting about this earlier. It was massive, and it was all in shouty capitals. When I see shouty capitals, Mushy, I ignore it. I'm just like, don't you shout at me.
I was frustrated, Sam. I wasn't shouting at you. I was shouting to you. I needed your assistance.
Well, so the only way I've worked it out, and I'm assuming there are young people out there who know exactly how to do it. You probably have to put your fingers on a twist and tap your elbow. I don't know. There's got to be a way of doing it. Is you scroll through all their videos until it says just watched, and then it's usually one to the left of it. And then once you're watching that one, you can then scroll down and it will go on to the next one on their feed. Right.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot of effort.
It's not really. You just scroll down. It's like it's quite. If you can do it with your thumb like this, that's it. Do you see that? Blink. I'll do it again. Yeah.
Okay. I think I've got that worked out. I'll give that a whirl later. I'll see how I get on.
But you do have to go to the bit where it says just watched, because I was watching. I got caught in a fucking rabbit hole of Bad Neighbours. It was just like people bitching about their fucking neighbours, and like I was just like, I desperately want to know what happened.
Yeah.
And I had to scroll through like 500 videos that this person had put up just to find it, and then I was watching it. I was like, that was not worth the effort. It was not even fucking close to worth the effort.
No. Well, at the moment, my standard reaction to when they're like, "Oh, like for part 2," is nope.
Swipe up, move on. Like that one.
Yeah.
Like you're flicking a coin.
Yeah, I know how to swipe up now.
Oh, okay. But after that, you just didn't know it could go down as well.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah. Oh,
that
that Ham City guy. He's put more videos out, and since shaving his beard off and giving himself just a moustache, it seems way less sinister. Now it just seems like a fun game.
Oh. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I've not watched any more of his videos yet. I'll have to check them out later on. But
there's been a lot. There have been quite a few more videos.
I take it we're no closer to finding out what's.
It's all we know, and I feel like I missed something, but I've seen all of the videos like a couple of times to try and keep on top of it. I know there's going to be 10 videos. How he knows this, I'm not entirely sure. And there was a video of somebody recording him because he went to what's his name? I've got it written down somewhere actually.
Nobel.
Yeah, he went to the Nobel bunkers.
Right.
To have a look around for some clues or videotapes or some shit like that. And he was there, and the person was also there and saw him looking for the videos and filmed him. But it could easily just be his mate. He went with a friend, and the other friend wasn't on camera when he was being filmed in the bushes. So, I'll
check him out. We'll see. We'll revisit it.
Yeah. Well, as I say, it's not. I'm still interested, but I'm not as invested in it as I was, because since shaving his beard, now he just. Yeah. I mean, just a moustache. He's not an old man. He's a young person.
Yeah, unless you're a brigadier in the army or old.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any real place for just a moustache.
Or a complete hipster. I mean, like if you run a gin bar or a fucking.
Or a vegan coffee shop. Something like that.
Or you're a barber. A barber could have I feel like that's a legitimate one. You'd have to have it waxed and curled.
Yeah.
So you look like that kind of person.
Or a musketeer. I think they can get away with them, but I'm not even sure if we have them anymore.
Weren't they French?
Well, I guess anyone that owned a musket was a musketeer.
Well, yeah, but Porthos, Ramos.
If you're talking about the 4 musketeers, they're I think they're French, yeah. Well, with names like that, D'Artagnan, Porthos.
Yeah. They all used rapiers as well, didn't they?
Yeah. Thank God they're musketeers and not rapierists. That could have caused some slip-ups, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're the Queen's Guards, and they're a bit rapier. Oh, dear. So that's two rape references in less than 15 minutes. Mushy,
we're on fire.
We're on a dark path, aren't we?
We are on fire.
I want to go on to, you put a Facebook post up, didn't you?
I did.
Your post was, it the songs you wanted when you die? Is that the one that you put out?
That was the one you did, mate. Well done.
I mean, I've been getting cooked this week. What?
No, the one I did was
most annoying song.
Yeah, the songs that just definitely need to go in the bin.
Okay.
Just because I love hearing people get so outspoken about some things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like hearing people's negatives. Would you like me to explain mine?
I want to know, because you didn't put yours up. I'm just getting a post up now.
Oh, I did.
Sorry.
I said it in the main post.
I thought you said you'd have to watch now or listen to the episode to find out what your answer was.
No, I said it was Life by Desiree.
Yes, you did. And I hate that song. I don't think Ricky Gervais helped that case when he's singing it in the interview. It didn't even occur to me, the Ricky Gervais side of things. I've always hated that song. Oh, okay.
Would you like me to explain?
I would love for you to explain. I've got the comments up now, so we can see what everybody else has.
Right. My problem with that song is I believe it made number one at one point.
Probably. It was around for ages.
Yeah. Desiree is a known R&B singer. You know, at the time she brought it out, she was known.
Yeah.
She was relatively held in high regard in the music industry and stuff like that. And then she came out with this song, Life. Right.
Yeah.
And to understand this, like, I wouldn't class myself as a songwriter, but I have written songs in the past. I used to be in a band.
I'd love to hear them.
We had some bangers. But I have written songs, and I understand the sort of ins and outs of writing songs and stuff like that. And I hate songs that are just thrown together. And this is the epitome of that. Right. I'm going to read you some lyrics from Life by Desiree. There's one verse. I'm afraid of the dark, especially when I'm in a park and there's no one else around. Right. Okay. So she's only she's more afraid of the dark when she's in a park. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other time, the dark's slightly less frightening, but in a park, it's more scary.
Okay. Hang on. Just to break this down. I don't think she means a play park with swings and slides. I think she means like a national park or one of the big green open spaces, you know, where everyone gets raped and murdered. That's
yeah. Okay. So we'll give her that.
Okay. Because they are quite creepy. I used to live in Southampton, and I used to work nights, and I used to walk through the park to get home. Never bothered me, apart from the one time there was a power cut, and then all of a sudden the lights went off when I was walking through, and nobody had torches on their phones at that point. So literally walking along, lighting a lighter. That was quite creepy.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I would say there's creepier places to be afraid of the dark. You know, possibly cemeteries.
Nah, they're really peaceful. Everyone loves a cemetery.
Abandoned hospitals.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that. But we'll give her that. That yeah, okay. So she's more scared when she's in a park than anywhere else. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Next verse. I don't want to see a ghost. It's a sight I fear the most. I'd rather have a piece of toast. Right.
I didn't know they were the words, Mushy.
Yes. Now we're just in the realms of plain ludicrousness. Ludicrousness-osity.
Yeah, right? Ludicrousness-osity. Obviously, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So she doesn't want to see a ghost. That's fair enough. I think a few people would, a few people wouldn't. That's fine. It's a sight she fears the most. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Almost like you're just throwing words that rhyme together.
Yeah.
You'd rather have a piece of toast. What a random thing to say. Like, oh, is that a ghost? No. Oh, I'm gonna have a bit of toast, just calm myself down. You know, what the fuck? It makes no sense. And the whole song is just literally words that rhyme thrown together. I have a 5-year-old. No, I don't at all. If I do have a 5-year-old, it's not mine. I should probably give it back. I've got a 7-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy, and I'm fairly confident they could write a better song. Oh. In fact, my 10-year-old has written a song. I mean, admittedly, I had to tell him he couldn't sing it ever because it was very rude.
I want to hear the song.
I can't remember it was something like "Shut the fudge up or I'll kick you." And he said, "That's allowed, isn't it? Because it doesn't say the F word." the fudge kind of implies the F word, though, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what, Mushy, I'd allow it.
Well,
in a heartbeat, I'd be like, nice, that's good creativity. I get where you're going with that, and he didn't say fuck.
Yeah, I didn't. I just said like, no, you're not singing that because I'm a bastard. Yeah,
yeah, it's so mean.
It's basically just words that rhyme.
I want more rhyming words, Mushy. Come on, give me some more.
I'll take you up on a dare, anytime, anywhere. Name the place, I'll be there. Bungee jumping, I don't care. Well done.
I can always hear that. You basically sang that one.
I mean, this is.
That's probably the best one of the three verses you've just given us there.
That probably makes sense the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because bungee jumping, she doesn't care as long as it's not in a park that's dark.
Yeah.
Or there's no ghosts.
But, I mean,
but plenty of toast.
Some toast. Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally nursery rhyme stuff, and she's got the balls to say that she's a professional musician. It's possibly the worst songwriting I've ever read. It's like they've just got a list of words that rhyme, and then like, how can we make this into a song? Absolute garbage, and I can't believe the British public were so fucking stupid that they've put that in number one. You know, people bought that song and people paid money on that song because this was back in the days when it wasn't downloads or anything like that. That would have been a CD or something like that. So it's just, she's afraid of the dark, especially when she's in a park. I'm afraid of the fact there's so many fucking morons out there that would pay money for this shit. That's what scares me. And I would rather have a piece of toast than all of that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But she does go do life.
Oh yeah, it's actually do.
What? I've been singing the words wrong. I'm gonna have to hang my head in shame. I'll never be able to step out of the house again. I've been saying it wrong all this time.
The full chorus is life, oh life, oh life, oh life, do.
Hang on.
Life, oh life, oh life, oh life, do.
One of those isn't just a life; it's a life. It's a long life, isn't it? Yes, it is. You're damaging her artistic expression.
I'm not damaging anything. If anything, I'm giving this song publicity, which is more than it deserves, because it's absolute dog shit. You know, if my kids came home and gave me that, my youngest kid, if he came home and like, I wrote a song, I'd screw it up, throw it at him and say, you're not a musician, go and learn a decent trade.
yeah, son, you want to be a plumber. Did she
Can you whistle?
Write it though?
Good. She co-wrote it with her producer, who
her producer's what, like a old computer that's just got a list of rhyming words.
Either that or a 6-year-old nursery child. No, 6-year-old nursery child.
I mean, it makes sense. If a 6-year-old's in nursery, chances are they could probably string together Toast and Ghost and Most.
Possibly, yeah, maybe. It's just a disaster of songwriting, and she had the nerve to appear on telly and fucking, actually perform that. Like, she probably went on Top of the Pops. I
liked Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops was amazing.
No, don't get me wrong. Top of the Pops was amazing. I'm just looking. It goes on for quite a while, but just like life, oh life, do. It's like she was singing in Morse code at one point.
Binary, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking absolute dog shit. And anyone that plays that song near me and pretends to, and purports to like it is getting a slap.
Huh. Okay, right. Well, I don't particularly like it. I don't particularly remember it, but I do. I've got plenty of guilty pleasures that you will probably hate, but we'll come on to that in a bit, I think.
Now you can possibly help me, because I was on TikTok and there's a thing going around TikTok at the moment, and I can't remember what the singer's name is, but she's the one that sung the and I wonder if you know how I really feel.
It isn't that Anastasia?
Yeah, that's it, Anastasia.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, she suffered terribly with Crohn's disease.
But she sounds like Jack Black.
It's when, all these TikToks where they're playing that song and they just put a picture of Jack Black up, and instantly I'm like, I can't hear anything else now. Every time I hear that song, I see Jack Black.
Totally ruined it. I mean, I didn't particularly like it before.
It's made it so much better.
It just sounds like him though. It's fucking incredible.
It's brilliant.
It's a shame we haven't got a clip of it actually, but
we just get done for copyright
anyway. Life. Oh life.
do do
life. Doot, 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 doot. You're awful.
Yeah.
You know how we asked people what their songs that they would put in the bin? I didn't hate all of those songs. I mean, I didn't understand the one that Sophie put up. Didn't understand that. No idea what that is.
That's it's kind of more of an internet song. It wasn't really released by anyone. It's it's just got this one little bit in it. It goes waddle waddle, and it's really, really, really aggravating. Really annoying. It's like just an internet earworm, I think.
Oh, there's just so many of them. Most of these songs are pretty much earworms.
Yeah.
Louise Barnard, Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I can't agree to that because I love Aerosmith, but her story was brilliant. Shall I read it out?
Yeah, go on. I love it.
Banging.
I love it.
Yeah, right. So Louise Barnard, Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I had an ex-boyfriend that sang it to me once when I was asleep, and I woke up and he was staring me in the face, singing it really low. What a freak. I just lay there hearing you breathe, sending shivers down my spine. Could you imagine?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it just sounds so creepy. It sounds like the sort of thing that someone puts
breathing
while they're putting on an apron, sharpening knives. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. Yeah, it's so fucking creepy. And what else have we got?
I mean,
there?
the song itself, I quite like. I don't mind the song. It was very, very overplayed because that's the one that was the soundtrack for Armageddon, wasn't it?
It was indeed one of the few films that almost made me cry. I was so sad in that film. You know, when he pulls the mission patch off of his arm and he sticks it to Liv Tyler's boyfriend, the guy he doesn't hate, and he's like, "Nah, I'll go. You look after her." Rah rah rah. And then Bruce Willis goes down and he rides the nuke.
It was it Spielberg? Who was it that directed that? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it was Spielberg. Who directed?
No.
Who directed Armageddon? I have no idea who actually did it.
But I heard a funny story about that with your watch is ignoring you. Rude. Yeah, I heard a story about that with
it is rude.
What's the actor's name? The younger guy. Which Armageddon?
It's apparently Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Yeah, apparently one of the actors went up to Michael Bay and said, like, wouldn't this all make a lot more sense to teach astronauts how to drill rather than teach drilling crews how to astronaut?
Yeah.
And his response was, fuck off. Which I think is brilliant. I mean, it sums it up. It's nice and to the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, how hard is drilling? Watching that movie, I mean, they barely did it anyway because it fucked up, but it all looked like it was kind of radio controlled.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good point. I'm sure it would be a lot easier just to teach someone how to drill rather than how to fly a space rocket.
Yeah, it would be half as much fun though, having Steve Buscemi going space crazy riding on a nuke. I just want to feel the power between my legs, man. I mean, if it's just an astronaut being like, the nuke is ready to go in, mission control, do we have permission to put the nuke in the thing? The asteroid.
You could add the odd twist and turn, like he might have it set on the wrong setting on the drill. It's like, oh, silly bastard. And then flick the switch over. That's better. Although it probably wouldn't be a hand drill, would it? It would be a... Just thinking about that. I'm thinking of fucking Black and Decker. Yeah, it'd probably be a bit more complex than that. But still, I think the bigger the drill, surely the easier it gets, because it would just be like an on button and a down button, wouldn't it?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I don't know. I'm not a driller.
But no, but you've probably got a friend who's a professional drillist.
I've got a lot of friends who do a lot of things, but I don't have a professional driller as a friend, I'm afraid. I don't, and I don't know a single roughneck. I don't know any oil miners.
Well, there you go. There's space in Sam's friendship circle for an oil miner if you're out there.
That's true. I do need an oil miner. Are they called oil miners?
I don't know what the fuck they're called. Drill artists?
We are both woefully ignorant in the world of drilling, but we both drive cars and put oil in them.
Yeah. Well, don't send us up onto an asteroid, that's for sure. Because neither astronauts nor drill artists are we.
Well, they wouldn't let me up anyway. I reckon I weigh way too much.
Yeah, me too, mate. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's all done on weight, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, which makes no sense because once you get to space, it's just, you're weightless anyway.
It's getting it up there, though, isn't it? I'd probably turn into a ball of jelly.
Isn't it always about getting it up? So yeah. So sorry. So yeah, I'm fully behind that. I think the circumstance makes that song terrible, and I can understand where she's coming from, but I don't mind that song.
I've had plenty of songs ruined because of, well, not ex-boyfriend staring at me singing to me, but I've had plenty of songs ruined by circumstances over the years. Not that I can think of any off the top of my head. Who have we got? Natasha, how do you say, is it Icard? Icard. Oh, there you go. Yeah. She, it turns out, doesn't like a lot of songs. She's full of hate towards music.
But she doesn't know which songs she hates. That's the great thing. She's just like, I hate this song. Actually, it might not be that song. It might be a different song, but I hate it anyway.
Well, she put REM, Losing My Religion. I would just chuck all of REM straight into the bin.
Now, I'm
not a big fan.
I quite like Losing My Religion.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Because it's not my normal sort of music, but I do quite like that song. You know, if it's on in the car, if it comes on the radio, I'll leave it on and I'll be singing along to it, probably.
Oh, so would I, but that doesn't mean I like it. It just means that I've heard it a billion times over the years.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to request it in a pub or anything like that. In a club. But I'm not really
hey, DJ, spin that shit.
Imagine DJ at a venue and someone comes up like, can you play Losing My Religion by REM?
Can you fucking imagine? It goes, yeah, sure. Well, here, next up is a request from the mighty Mushy, REM, Losing My Religion.
Life. Yeah. No,
it's like, oh, wrong disc. I need to turn it over. It was Desiree.
It'd be just my luck. Yeah, so yeah, that was one of them. What was the other one? Sorry, she said.
Mr. Brightside by the Killers. I quite like that tune, but I hate that other song they did, the human ones. Are you kidding? Why dancer?
Yeah,
so
I mean, surely you could be both. I'm not a big fan of songs that don't really make sense.
Yeah, and nobody knew what the fuck is dancer. What am I, one of the fucking reindeer that pull Santa along?
Maybe I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Well, it's the only fucking dancer that I can think of. Somebody who's actually named dancer, not like obviously dancers.
Because what they've done is they've taken a species, and then they've taken a profession and sort of said, "Are we this or are we this?" It's like, am I a horse or am I an artist? It makes no sense. Am I an octopus or am I a drillist? No,
drillist. Is that what they are now? See, I think it would be driller. So, professional driller. And you've even got a theme tune worked out for it, Mushy.
Well,
sick.
It was just Michael Jackson's Thriller with Driller instead of Thriller. So I can't really claim a lot of artistic rights. Smart. Yeah, I'm definitely with you. That song is very, very aggravating. Certainly more so than Mr. Brightside.
Yeah,
Mr. Brightside kind of. But didn't she say that it wasn't Mr. Brightside? It was another song which she couldn't remember the name of.
Oh, there were subsequent comments, but I didn't listen to it. I did listen to the read. Oh, turns out I got the wrong song. Not Mr. Brightside. I hate, but also can't remember what song it is. I hate, which is even more annoying than the song. I mean, if I was you, Natasha, I'd be dead embarrassed now. What I'd have done in that situation, I'd have done that delete comment.
Yeah. What you've done there is you've just highlighted your confusion to the rest of the universe, or certainly the 100 other people that are going to read the post.
Yeah, well, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, talking about songs that aggravate me because they don't make a lot of sense. Do you remember that song, You're So Vain? You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain.
You're so vain.
That annoys me because of how much of a massive oxymoron it is. Great high note, by the way.
Thank you.
Because the song is about him.
Okay.
And they're saying, you're so vain, you probably think this song's about you. And he must be like, well, it is, isn't it? You know,
I never even picked up on that, mate. It's not. It's just one of those songs I hear and I'm like, okay, I know the song. I don't really
aggravates
enjoy
me
it.
every time I hear it.
Oh, really?
But it is about him. Whoever you're singing it to, it is about him. So he's not necessarily that vain, because you've written a song about him, and now you're calling him vain because he thinks the song that you've written about him is about him, which it is about him.
Oh, yeah, but isn't that a little bit like when like a lefty just starts calling you names? It's one of those things you're like, oh, okay, well, I can't argue this now because then I'm sort of feeding you as opposed to, actually being able to put up a valid argument. Like I can't say, no, I'm not vain. But the song is about me, right? Oh, see, you just think it's about you, even though it is about you. Is it not that same sort of situation?
Well, that's when you go in all subtle and be like, which dickhead have you written that song about then?
Oh,
you
smart.
see, because
Very
then they're
smart.
like, well, not about you, you vain bastard. Yeah, sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Oh, that pop though.
The pop's good, isn't it? I mean, it's not 30 quid's worth of pop, but it's a good pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I might throw out a few more songs which annoy me as the podcast progresses, just because they'll pop into my head, and if I don't say it, I'll be singing them and just aggravate myself. So
I'm so bad for an earworm. This is going to be a nightmare for me. I've already sung about 3 times.
Yep.
I want to put Adele's "Hello" in the bin.
Oh,
not because it's a bad song; it's a brilliant song, but it's probably the world's most overplayed song. I recall when that came out, I was quite excited as well. I like Adele. She's got an incredible voice on her. She's got a wicked personality.
mm-hmm.
I kind of thought she was better when she was a bit fatter. Now she's lost weight. She looks a little bit like Sonia off of EastEnders. So, I mean, each their own. Not really my cup of tea. I prefer her being, when she was a big girl, it was kind of oh God, give me a bit like one of the big black artists. I want to say like Aretha Franklin or someone like that. But, she had like a really powerful voice and like the stature to back it up.
Yeah.
And now she hasn't. Again, she just looks like Sonia, and then I think, ugh, trumpet. But
yeah, I mean, I'm very against body shaming or of any kind or anything like that, but I think she definitely looked better with a bit of weight on her. It was almost like an underdog story, because no, I'm just saying, I don't want to say that people should be fat, people should be thin, but I do think some people suit body types, if you know what I mean.
Imagine if I was a beanpole. Actually, about 6'5", weigh like 10 stone or something. It'd be ridiculous.
I wouldn't be able to
like
take
that.
You seriously.
Yeah, I'd look like that salad fingers geezer off of the internet. Yeah, I like rusty spoons.
Fucking awful stuff.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's not good. But that song, again, it's not a bad song. But when it came out, I heard it and I was like, oh, okay, I'm a bit done with this now. So I changed the radio station. I've got 6 presets in the old van that I used to drive. Every single channel was playing it at the exact same time. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, it's a good song, but it's not that good. I mean, someone put an advert on, for Christ's sake. I'd rather hear about Hendy Ford up the road than fucking listen to this again. Yeah. So unfortunately, Adele, you're a cracking singer and you've done some of the most amazing ballads ever. And we all know that thing was anal, by the way. You left me for something. She'd do something that he wouldn't do, or she'd do something that you wouldn't do. That line, we all know it's bum fun. I mean, it seems fairly. I mean, what else would it be? The washing up?
Weighing on her?
Oh God, no. Well, I mean, it might be, I suppose.
I mean, if we want to open this door, mate, there's plenty of things that it could have been.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Human
but I mean, surely.
Suit. Sorry. My mind's going
swiftly on. Your birthday's coming up, isn't it, Mushy? We know what Rachel will be purchasing. No, not a chance.
Yeah,
human horse suit. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but if you're talking overplayed songs, Frozen, that song from Frozen has got to be "Let It Go." Oh, I mean,
I'd heard it, but I didn't watch Frozen until my kids were old enough to watch Frozen. So I only saw that like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you see, my problem was where I was working sort of in a holiday environment up until recently. Well, certainly when that film came out, I not only heard the song on the radio all the time and on TV and stuff like that, I had numerous renditions a night from small children who just were besotted with that.
Terrible singers as well.
And you get all the music and all that, and they're like, right, ready, here we go. And the words come up, and they're like, snow comes down the mountain tonight. You're like, what?
You sound like salad fingers right there, by the way.
And it's so hard not to stand at the back of the venue and just be like, boo, you shit, give up. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that caught you off guard, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I just got a big shudder. I haven't had a whiskey shudder in ages. Maybe I need to shake the bottle.
Maybe. Yeah, that for me is the most overplayed song that just did my fucking head in, and it still does to this day.
Yeah, it's not the best, but the new one, the "What Do You Want?" Because you've been keeping me awake. That one.
Is that the one? That was
yeah, that's the one. I did that. So when I saw Frozen 2, obviously there's a lot of parents where I work, and there's one guy who's just left. It's very sad times. Miss you greatly, Dale. You don't listen to this, but still do. And he's got 3 daughters, and I hadn't seen Frozen, and had the kids come and stay, and Daisy was listening to it. It was beautiful watching her. She was just there singing along to it, and I was making breakfast or something, playing on my phone, and she was just singing along. It's like, oh, that's cute. So I found the song, and I think a version of it was done by like Fall Out Boy or something.
No, the actual song was performed by what's his name from Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco guy, that's it. But that's the version. That's the only version I'll let them play in the car, because I think it's absolutely brilliant. And my God, he's got some sick range in his voice.
His voice is incredible. In that song, I don't particularly like the song, but I will listen to it just to hear like you say, the range on his voice. It is remarkable.
It's amazing. It's a fucking nightmare for people when I'm listening to that in the car. That's for sure. I will give it some oomph, Mushy. But yeah, so I did anyway. Going back to my story, the guy who's now left it and has got all the daughters, I could see him. He was about maybe like 20 meters away. So I was like, just whistled that, and I just saw him go. He's like, you motherfucker, that's going to be in my head all day.
There's nothing more fun than infecting someone with an earworm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought I'd take a stab in the dark. I was like, he's got 3 or 4 daughters. I don't know. He's got loads of kids. And they're all really young. And I was like, I bet he's had to watch that so many fucking times.
He's probably sick of it by now.
Yeah, and he's like, in his head all day. I might send him a voice note over Facebook actually, just to. He's just left. He's self-employed. He's like, it's hard work, but money's good. Might put that in his head.
There was a pisshead outside mine. Was it last night? Yeah, it's probably last night or the night before. Somewhere out in town, and every like 20 minutes they'd be like,
Legend.
I don't know. This was about midnight. I was all up for going out there and punching him.
But you see, I was thinking about this because I went to the pub the other day, and there's basically, since we all last went to the pub properly, it's now filled with 16-year-olds because older people have realised that going to the pub is a total waste of money, and they've spent more. The whole of 2020 drinking at home. Drinking in people's gardens. I know so many people who built bars in their gardens.
Yeah.
Now.
It's
like the thing to do, just building a little social club in your back garden. So the people who are now going to the pub are all the 16-year-olds or maybe 17-year-olds from 2019, 2020, that they're all old enough to drink, but they're the only people interested in going to the pub. So it was probably basically a child. It's just
quite possibly, yeah. I mean, I've realised since coming out of lockdown, or as we've started coming out of lockdown, pubs have started opening again. Like I was driving around for work the other day, and I was in one of the towns on the island, Cowes. Yeah. And there was this guy, like it was probably about 11 o'clock, 11:30, staggering up the high street with his top off, with his t-shirt in his hand, just like And I was like, that sums up society now. Fucking just idiots. Like, they've all flooded to the pubs. None of them can handle their fucking beer or anything like that. And then they come out, why have you taken your top off? Do you think, if you're that young man and you're watching this, fuck it, please answer this on Facebook. Why did you take your top off? Did you imagine that women would just find you sexually irresistible? Were you trying to threaten manhood? Because with those chippy tits, you need to do some work. I've got no idea what the fuck he was trying to do other than demonstrate how much of a penis he could be, which he did remarkably well, sir.
Nailed it.
Absolutely nailed it. Yeah. I then saw him lying down on the pavement about half an hour later, being sick. So, congratulations to that.
Well, maybe he was just preparing himself for a little lay down. He's like, well, I must have a pillow. Roll my t-shirt up.
Yeah, there could be that. On the subject though of the shouting random stuff, have you seen the guy in the supermarket in America? It's like one of my favorite things. And he's walking along and he's like trying to embarrass his wife or whatever. And he's just like, and she's like, oh, men are so stupid. He's like, no, we're not. Look, I'll show you. And he goes, ooh, ah, 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 sort of makes this noise. And the amount of people, the amount of blokes that respond to it around the shops.
Yeah, I have seen it. And I've never experienced it. But if I hear someone doing it, I'm calling back.
I don't think I would have a choice in the matter. I think it would actually, the noise would come out of my face and then I'd just be like, what was that? What happened there?
It's like a throwback to a brotherhood we just know nothing of.
Yeah, back in the days of Neanderthalness when we'd just like scream at each other across valleys. It's like, tell your brother, oh, dinner's ready. You're, oh! Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. See, you love TikTok. You can't get enough of the fucking thing. I knew where you'd see that.
I'm really starting to worry about myself now. This time, like a month ago, I didn't even have TikTok on my phone.
Nope.
Now I literally, if I don't look at TikTok for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, there's something missing in my life. I can't sleep.
I was recommended by a very kind listener who was giving us some pointers on how to get our name out there. I won't name you because you basically ruined our lives. And to get clips out on TikTok. And now, obviously, I'm just there. And I realised the worst thing is I interact with it off of the Pacifist Podcast page. Just trying, but I interact like I do on Facebook.
Oh, so we're facing a ban then, probably.
Yeah, I tried to be a little bit nicer than normal, but it has got, it's got a few more views.
Yeah, I mean, my main concern is what it's doing to your thought process, Sam.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'll refer you to the message that you sent me just before we started this podcast tonight about how about this. And I know full well, basically, it was a TikTok of a guy it was a reaction video of a guy slowly sort of like, he'd cover his face and then he'd bring it back and he suddenly had eye makeup on, like it was really flamboyant eye makeup. Then he'd do it again and he had his lipstick on. And you showed me that and he ended up in full drag with what was it? Something like, how about we do this? How about we do this, right? I know.
I thought I wrote, how about this? I thought it was just a, how about this?
Whatever. I know.
Hang on, the listeners don't know. The listeners don't know the main reason for the context is it was a drag queen, like Mushy. That way. It's one way. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It was a drag queen getting all dragged up, and then halfway through they did like a bunch of negative drag stuff, and then rubbed it all off, and then boom. It was the This Is Me song. And Mushu owes everybody a fucking song. He owes a song. And we have to keep pressing on this because I was talking to, another random listener, the burger van I go to on Fridays at work. I got there at Friday and I hadn't taken any lunch with me. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to have a burger. Normally I have a BLT. Actually, normally I get what I'm fucking given. I'll order something and I'll just get given something. So I know her name, but we're going to call her Mitchell in the exact same way that she doesn't quite give me what I order. Yeah, she was just like, did you get your car insurance sorted, Sam? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I did. And then she asked me about something else. And I was like, did I tell you about that? It's like, nah, I was listening to your podcast in bed with my husband. With her husband, Mushy, I feel like this woman has been using us as a fluffer to get herself in the mood.
I mean, you can't blame her. You can't blame her at all.
So, Mish.
Yeah.
Put the phone down. Give your husband some love. I mean, he probably hasn't ordered it, so just like put his socks on or something.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what TikTok's doing to your thought process. I mean, I'll just put it out there now. I'm probably not going to be getting full drag.
Okay, I started off sending really nice, easy ones where it was just like what was the first one I sent you? It was like some chubby guy dancing along to the whoa.
Yeah. I get
the mess.
Oh no! Did you just spill the whiskey?
No, God, no. That's on a separate table with its cork in the bottle. The other one's in my hand. Yeah, but it was like a spoof one, wasn't it? It was absolutely terrible. And now when I come across ones that are quite lewd and a little bit out there, I send it over because Mushy, you owe people a song. And you don't have to sing. You've got the power of TikTok. You know how to do split ones now. You can just dance along at home. Put your top hat on, get your cane out, do that backwards step thing they do.
Yeah, I'm not sure I entirely like the thought of having to do physical exercise for it either, to be fair.
Well, just do a lip sync then. What do you think, people? You listen. Mushy owes you something. You've done hard work. You've recommended to your friends. You've liked, you've subscribed. He is a man of honour, and so far he's fallen into shame. You'll have to do that. What's that thing that the samurais do where they slit themselves open when they bend forward?
Seppuku.
Yeah, that. It's that or sing a song, Mushy. Come on, sing a song.
Well, I'm happy to do the seppuku thing. I'm quite good with that. I'll do that on TikTok.
On TikTok? That'd get you some views, wouldn't it?
Oh, could you imagine? What I'd do is I'd get the knife, I'd sharpen it out, I'd have the white handkerchief all folded out in front of me. And I'd sit there, I'd kneel down, I'd have my swordmen behind me because obviously they were beheaded as well.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. They made the first cut, started disemboweling, and then as they went forward, they would have their head cut off so it didn't prolong the suffering.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, and I'd get to that and I'd just be about to throw it in. I'd be like for part 2. And that would be it. Bastards. Yeah. So anyway, was there more songs that people hated? I'm sure there was. I mean,
there was like Withering Heights and things like that. But I don't know a lot of these songs.
That song.
You know that sing song, Withering Heights.
I don't know the words, but it's like she's like down in the dusty, windy waters. Na, 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 na. Heathcliff, it's me, all that.
Oh, is that it? It's me,
it's
me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
I fucking love that song. I was Kate Bush. Kate Bush is amazing. What are you chatting about? Who wrote that?
Oh, I don't
know.
Lisa.
Oh, I know who that is.
It got a bit of debate going though, so that's what you get.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that many. I don't think there's that many songs to be killed off, really.
Was it Kelly that introduced me to the Gummy Bear song?
Yes, it was Kelly.
I'd like to have a whole and heartfelt fuck you for that. Jesus, I had never seen that before in my life. I watched that video link that she put up there, and fucking hell, I was singing it for ages.
What is it? Is it from the old TV show Gummy Bears?
No,
Gummy Bears bouncing hither from everywhere. I like my theme tunes.
That's incredible that you remember that, but no, it's not.
Oh.
It's kind of on a par with like Crazy Frog, those sort of things.
Oh, that's bad. For
annoyingness, yeah. I've never met Kelly before, but I instant dislike for her now. I can't believe she did that to me. It's
so mean. Don't listen to him. He's just a fucking moron, Kelly. I'm sure it's a great song. I know it's a bad song. It's deliberately a bad song.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
But I did not need to see it. You didn't need to demonstrate it. I didn't need to inflict it upon myself.
Well, I did it with Baby Shark, didn't I? I put it on there because that's got to be the most fucking irritating song ever.
Oh, it's a shame Jesus isn't here because he appeared in a Baby Shark video for work.
No.
When just a little bit of context, because I have got no shame in, I've got no worries about fucking outing him for this because what a prick. He basically. So there's me trying to run a sensible professional security team, and
Of
and
course.
the work decided to do this Baby Shark video, obviously dreamt up by the entertainment team and all of that. And they've been going around, and they came up to me and they're like, Andy, do you want to be in our Baby Shark video? I didn't even let them finish. I was just like, no,
No,
it's not happening.
Right.
No. And don't bother approaching any of my guys about it either. And they're like, okay. And I thought that was a funny response to sort of like, just, they seemed a bit hesitant about it all. Then, like a couple of days later, out it comes. And it gets to the run away, and there's Jesus giving it. I've never been so embarrassed in my life for anyone. I was like, fucking hell. I think I went in there. I was like, you ever do anything like that again, you're fucking fired, you cunt.
Now,
so
Mushy,
aggravated.
You must know what my next question is going to be. Can we get footage of this?
Yes, we can.
Will,
because it was posted on Facebook.
If I message Zach, he'll be able to find it and send it to me, won't he?
I can find it and send it to you after the show. That's not a problem.
Yes, please. You send that over to me and I will stick it in now. And we'll find out if that actually happens come Friday when it gets released.
I'm sure we do that quite a lot, you know. I'm sure we do that quite a lot.
Yeah, it does. It takes it's a bit of cutting.
Well, you brought that on yourself.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'd love to see that. That's absolutely outstanding. Jesus dancing to, I thought it'd be like pedo shark do or something like that.
It's possibly because I think he's slightly out of time as well in proper sort of Jeeves fashion. It's
even better.
It's just the most disastrous thing you've ever seen in your life. Even thinking about it now makes me kind of want to shoot myself a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's so good. Okay, look, let's move away from songs that you want to put into the bin. Let's do the other Facebook one, because we've only got 2 Facebook
which posts. I believe were funeral songs, were they not?
They were the funeral songs. I didn't answer that one. Where are we? Funeral songs. A few. Look, I've got to go straight in there with George Davenport. This just fucking absolutely shredded me. I read it and I laughed out loud. I'm going to read the whole comment out. I don't think he's ever interacted with our post before. I'd want something thought-provoking and uplifting, something that'll invoke positive yet somber emotions in people of all ages. So I'd choose My Neck, My Back by Kia, whatever. Oh, fucking, could you imagine that? Just as he's going down, lick my pussy, yeah, my crack, my neck. Fucking legend. Absolute legend. Yeah, that's the sort of direction I'd go. I don't want, you know, what's that like? Don't leave me, girl. That I don't want none of that sort of shit.
No,
or
I
like
mean
Boney M or something. Baker, Rasputin, Sonny.
If I was being sensible, I think I would probably go for a western, like a country song, something like that.
Well, like Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. Hurts. That was his last song, wasn't it? That was great.
Yeah. No.
The old Trent Reznor cover.
Yeah, I don't know. Just something sad. Like,
oh, Willie Nelson. I hear a train coming. Oh no, that's Johnny Cash as well.
That's Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. You know that game we were going to play? That's the song I was going to do. Folsom Prison Blues. I didn't do it though. I chose different ones because I didn't think you'd know Johnny Cash's songs.
I know everything about music. How dare you?
Well, we will find out.
I don't know, obviously.
Yeah. On the road again, Willie Nelson. That's what I was meant to do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so difficult, isn't it? But I think I'd just like I say, I'd like people to be awkward and not really know how to act. That's why I went for the Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. What about Tenacious D? Fuck Her Gently.
Incredible. Yeah. Again, what the fuck are you going to do if that comes on at a funeral?
Laugh.
You'd want to laugh. I'm quite a big fan of laughing at funerals. Like I think a funeral should be a happy occasion. Like it's so cliche, just everyone turning up and being sad. And what are we sad? Because you're only sad for yourselves because you're going to miss them. You're not sad for them because they're dead.
Last funeral I went to, second to last funeral I went to, my granddad's funeral. My sister, she's such a wanker. It's unbelievable. So I've got a habit of when I'm feeling nervous, I smile. It just happens instinctively. I can't help it. So face masks have been great for me because nobody can see. And she was right next to me, and we're in a church in Winchester, and like classic hymns like "All Things Bright and Beautiful." Could you give us a little bit of the tune of that? Do you know how that goes? Yeah.
All things bright and beautiful. All
exactly.
Creatures great and small. Yeah.
Fucking nailed it. Beautiful, Mushy. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. Well, there are like 3 or 4 hymns, and if I'm in church and nobody's singing, I'll have a little sing, because I find that if you do, other people do, then it's just a little bit nicer. Nothing worse than when people are just mumbling football chant style. Oh, right. Anyway, exactly, these songs coming on, and I was looking, I was like, I turned to my sister, and I'm like, some fucking bangers lined up here. so like Follow Me and All Things Bright and Beautiful and In the Midweek Winter, and all those like classic hymns from back in my childhood. And they start and they're all to the wrong tunes. Every one of them. Maybe it's a regional thing, and because of the Isle of Wight, I know those particular songs, but every one of these songs had the wrong tune to it. She just turns to me and she's like, singing all the wrong motherfucking songs, and I just lost it. I couldn't hold it together. I just started fucking giggling. I was like, how the fuck am I meant to be able to sing along to this shit? They're not even doing it to the right fucking tune. I was like, do we sing it to the right tune and try and put people right, or what? Because there's an organ doing it wrong as well.
I hate hymns with a passion. I can't.
I love them.
Oh,
give them a proper bit of gusto. Follow me, leave your homes and family. Bit culty, that one. Yeah. I mean, my old dad put me in a choir when I was a kid, so I mean, all of that shit stuck inside my brain from, pre-drugs.
Yeah, well, no, I've never been a big fan of them. Never been a big fan.
Yet you still know them.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I'm not too happy about that, to be honest. But I always end up with lyrics of songs that I hate stuck in my head, and I don't know why.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, either way, that was I can't remember. Oh, but yeah, it was just hymns. There was no like song played as he was ushered out, carried out. I don't.
You want something as you're going into the sort of fire chute?
Fire. Yeah, the fire chute. Yeah,
I don't know what it's called. One sec.
How did you get a pop up that time?
No, did you not?
No. Well, anyway, we were talking about funerals before the Chinese man knocked on your door.
Yes, we were. He wasn't a Chinese man. He was just a man with Chinese food.
Yeah, that's what I said. A Chinese man. Chinese, the food, not the brand. The brand of people.
Brand of people. Okay.
I don't know what you can use anymore.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, side tangent. So it's where I just said brand of people. It just reminded me. You know how people have different pronouns these days? There's so fucking many of them. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that eye roll leads me onto it nicely. There's this guy I work with. I don't work with anymore. He came back from LA. He's been out there for like 4 years. And I was just like, how the fuck have you managed out there, Dan? I was like, you're like the least politically incorrect person ever. And LA is notoriously woke and super fucking sensitive. And he's like, oh, don't. And then I was like, what about your kids? They went to school out there. Are they all like proper little snowflakes these days? And he's like, no, they're not. They really struggled. He's like, I've only got 2 pronouns for people. You're either mate or cunt.
I like that. I mean, it's a lot more simple, isn't it? It cuts out the whole he, she thing.
Yeah.
Or they, or whatever it is.
It was Z-Zay, I think, is the popular one, isn't it? But yeah.
I mean, not wanting to get into that whole thing, but it seems like you've led into quite nicely. Just on a side note, Elliot Fanning. We've spoken about him. Her.
Oh, yeah. Elliot. Oh, was she? He changed his surname as well.
Wasn't it always Fanning?
I thought it was Page.
Page. I'm thinking of the wrong one. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Page. Yeah.
The wrong one. What do you mean the wrong one, Mushy?
Well, there's an Elle Fanning as well, isn't there?
I don't fucking know.
I'm sure there is. But anyway, I used to quite fancy her.
Yeah, him.
No, because when I fancied her, it was definitely her. As far as I was aware. And I always used to quite fancy her. And then I saw this article.
Was it a topless picture?
Yeah, and I thought, give that a look, because previously quite a nice body. So I looked at this picture and I was like, oh, I forgot he's a man now. Still quite a nice body, aggravatingly.
This is what I said. I was like, I've never been so confused.
Fucking outrageous. Like, how dare you just become a man and have lovely rippling abs, you absolute bastard. But
I definitely questioned my sexuality after that fucking transition. I was like, I don't know where I stand anymore.
I don't know what I am. I think I've just become a they.
He is fucking ripped. Bravo.
Yeah. I mean, I can get behind that. I can get my head around that. If it used to be a she and now it's he, I'm good with that. That's fine.
I don't think it. I think it is the big problem.
I mean,
I think it's
being the pronoun, not it as the person. I mean, it being like I'm describing the word used to describe them. If it was always he and now it's a she, or vice versa, I can get behind that because my brain can comprehend that. It's easy to comprehend. Like, oh, okay, it's not a she anymore. He, fine, that's good. Well, it's when it's like, no, I want to be addressed as they. Or,
the gender neutral.
How does that work? I don't. My brain, my mouth can't formulate that sentence.
I'm gonna destroy you right now. You know, she sells seashells on the I can't even do it.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Do that with gender neutral pronouns. Z sells seashells on the sea.
No.
It's a fucking nightmare. Just trying to make it happen. I'm like, I can't do it. I mean, I can't do it when it's she, he.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying my brain can't handle it. It can't do it.
You can't teach old dogs new tricks, can you?
Exactly that. Yeah.
It's like when Donald Trump says learn to code. It's like, fuck off. Try and get a 60-year-old minor to learn to code. Behave. I can't even get my stepdad to use Facebook.
Learn to write, you big orange goon. You see how easy it is.
He's been banned off of all social media for 2 years, hasn't he? A 2-year ban. I mean, like, I get a weekly ban quite regularly from Facebook.
They aren't happy, are they? They aren't happy about it, the Trumpsters. No.
Well, he's a fucking idiot, isn't he? Anyway, let's not talk about that orange cunt. Let's talk about music. I have got... Right, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, first album. That's what I landed on.
Okay. Yeah. What, are you asking me what my first album was?
Yeah, give me your first album, Mushy.
The first significant album, because I've owned lots of CDs, I got given CDs and things like that. The first album I would consider to be a significant first album.
Okay, hang on. Not this. Are you putting this as the first one you bought, or the first one that you genuinely wanted, or the first one that you got?
It's kind of the first significant one. So the first one that I bought and listened to
because you wanted it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But then after that, answer the first one you got, and then the first one you bought.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The first one. In fact, it might be the first album I bought.
Oh, perfect. That's 2 for 1.
Because I can't remember buying any before that. It was when I got my first CD man.
Yeah. Discman. Love that.
Yeah, the Discman. And it was Extreme, 3 sides to every story.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that album. I probably know the songs. I don't necessarily know if I've listened to it.
It's a great album, and purely because the last 3 songs are kind of done as one song.
Okay. Rush.
But they are 3 songs. And they're very different songs, but they sort of lead into each other. Yeah. And then right at the end of the 3rd song, it builds up to this massive crescendo, and they play all 3 choruses over the top of each other.
Yeah.
And it works so well.
Huh.
It works so well, and you just don't see it coming, and it's almost like they would. Well, they obviously were designed to go over the top of each other, like back. It's just brilliant. Yeah, it's a great album. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's cheesy as fuck, but you know, Nuno Bettencourt is a great guitarist. Is it Nuno Bettencourt or Yngwie Malmsteen? I can't remember.
I wouldn't know.
But yeah, brilliant. The whole thing. I love the whole thing. Yeah.
So that was the first one you wanted, the first one you bought, and what was the first one you actually got? So I presume a gift.
The first one I actually got was, I think it was Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Rings.
Wow, I've never even heard of that.
You've heard of Halloween though, have you? German sort of speed metal band.
What, industrial?
No, not industrial. It's well,
I like industrial.
Speed metal. They didn't sing in German; they sung in English and everything like that. But lots of high-pitched notes and sort of things, you know, very fast guitaring. Yeah, it was probably that, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was an
wow. Mine are so fucking tame in comparison. It's ridiculous.
Go on.
I could do this really quickly. My first album that I got was on cassette, and it was Queen Greatest Hits, the one that the first Greatest Hits. Starts with Bo Rap, has Bicycle Race, all of that.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I absolutely love it. It's a fucking brilliant album.
Black cover with the red border, and then the picture of the four of them in the dark with the face lit up.
It was a cassette that had handwritten Queen Greatest Hits. I love that. That's how that was. The first album I wanted that I got was also on cassette, and it was Terrorvision, How to Make Friends and Influence People, which incidentally, Terrorvision is probably the only Britpop I genuinely like. I'm not a big fan of Blur. I can't stand Oasis. You know, oh God, there's just so many boring ones. I just don't like them. But Terrorvision have always held a soft spot for me, and How to Make Friends Influence People was just brilliant. I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, it's so good. It was Alice, What's the Matter was the first song I heard.
Yeah,
but it featured on the bill.
Did it?
Yeah, it was on the bill, and my friends told me it was coming up on the bill because they read Kerrang and things like that. So I didn't watch the bill, but I watched that episode that night because I wanted to hear Terrorvision played on it on the telly.
Wicked.
Yeah, and then really disgustingly, the very first album I bought was Smash Hits '96 with my money. Yeah, you know, I was like 12 or 13 at the time. I used my Christmas money to buy compilations. It wasn't even a Now CD. It was the Smash Hits one.
I used to love going shopping for music though, because you used to get HMV syndrome, didn't you? Where you'd go, you know, you'd have all these albums. You're like, oh, I can't wait to get that album. I'm going to buy this as well. And the moment you walk through the doors of HMV, you're just like, I have no idea why I'm here. Oh well, I'll start at A.
Yeah, always straight
end up
to
with
rock.
A big stack of CDs.
Was it rock and pop? Was that because their categories were weird, wasn't it? It was like you always have like your classical and all of those, and then like the rock section, and I swear it was rock and pop, but
I think it was something along those lines. Yeah.
I see. I didn't buy a huge amount of music. I bought music. I've always listened to a lot of music. Particularly now I just pay a subscription. But a huge amount of music. But back when I was a teenager, I did buy a huge amount, and I recall going to Our Price. It was that long ago, with one of like my older friends when I was at college, and we were just doing the standard thing, you know, you just like flicking through, and I picked up Dookie. Green Day's Dookie, and I'd never listened to Dookie at this point. I was like 16. It's like shame on me, but nobody had ever introduced it to me. And I held up and I was like, "What is this album?" I was like, I see this cover all the time. And it's got such a cool art. It's like a cartoon, isn't it, with like the nuke and all of that. Quite reminiscent to our logo, incidentally.
Yeah,
it's such a brilliant album. And this guy Chris Johnson, his name was like, "Oh my God, you've never listened to Green Day, Dookie?" And I was like, "Nah." Like I've never heard it. He's like, "You have to buy it," and it was back when it was like 3 CDs for a tenner, so like CDs were becoming cheaper. I was like, fuck it, right? I'll give it a go. I mean, I didn't take any more recommendations of him because he was big on Manic Street Preachers, and I can't stand that band.
They were all right when they first started.
They weren't for me.
And then it was after Richie Manic disappeared, because he disappeared without a trace, didn't he?
Yeah, he just vanished.
Yeah, and after that, they went very, very strange. Very pop.
It wasn't for me at all. But that album, that's one of the better recommendations I've ever had. But I got most of my music recommendations from my brother. He was always really good for it.
Well, this is the reason that I didn't have a lot of albums or anything like that, because my brother had everything. He had like a tape wall full of cassettes and stuff like that, and so most of my music I borrowed off him. It wasn't until I started sort of earning my own money that I started buying my own stuff. Yeah, so
well, he introduced me to, because I've always loved like skate punk or ska punk. Ska punk in particular has always been like a solid favourite of mine. And he introduced me to, oh God, what's the name of the band? They did California Dreaming. They're like a Chinese, not Chinese. Well, maybe they are Chinese. They did like a skate punk cover of California Dreaming. It was on a Fat Records compilation.
You're not thinking of Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, are you?
No, not Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, but it did link me into Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, because I then took that CD in. I was like, to like a local independent that we had in Eastleigh, and I was like, I really like this. I'm particularly into this, and he was like, "Oh, try Me First and the Gimme Gimmes," and well, I've bought, the musical album one that they did with "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," and all of the ones off of musicals. I've bought that album 3 times. Every time I play it to people, they're like, "Oh, I love it. Can I borrow it?" And they never give it back.
Bastard.
It's like my most stolen album, which is why, again, I like the subscription thing, because now I can just get it whenever I want to.
Listen whenever,
Yeah, I was big on the Fat Record stuff, but that was once I was a bit older. When I was younger, it's Television. But I'm quite proud of my first 2 albums: Queen Greatest Hits and Television, How to Make Friends and Influence People.
They're not bad choices at all, mate. No.
Nah, very respectable. Considering I went through a horrible disco era during when I was like, I suppose 13, I guess. I bought what was it, like the greatest disco hits? It was like 4 CDs. I bought it because it was 4 CDs and it had Michael Jackson, Can You Feel It on it.
Right,
The Tampere used the sample of it later on in life.
Yeah, that's it.
I bought that, and that sent me down a fucking dark hole of listening to like lots of disco songs. It was like 88 different songs on that album, and I listened to them all.
Good God, I can only imagine what your fashion sense was doing at that time.
To go with that was Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar. They were like the 2 CDs I listened to at the same time as I had disco and Marilyn Manson.
Very confused time of your life.
Yeah, I mean, isn't everybody confused when they're 13? I said 17. I was like 13 at the time.
Isn't everyone confused when they're 34?
The cat's lurking nearby. But yeah, right. Should I do another? Do you want me to do a scroll on the figure again?
Yeah, why not? Why not? That was an unexpected bit of fun.
Tell me when.
Well, now,
first song you remember, as in earliest song, the very first tune you can remember hearing.
I can't remember the name of the song, but I think it was by the band Haircut 100.
Okay.
Fantastic Day, I think it might have been called. Fantastic Day. No, it was on. I'm pretty sure it was Haircut 100. Fantastic Day. And it was on a Weetabix cassette. It was a
Weetabix cassette.
It was a cassette that came with, back in the day, back when I was younger, we had cereal. It was a newfangled thing. And what you used to do, you had 2 types of cereal. You had the good cereal, and this was entirely dependent on what my mum would buy. I had no choice in the matter, but sometimes you get the cereal with a toy in the box. They were the good ones. They were
my fucking house we didn't.
That was the treat, because you knew at some point there was, and obviously you just bury your hand in the box of cereal, so everyone else is eating your fucking kiddie germs, but meanwhile you've got a sweet toy out of it. This cassette though was one of the ones where you have to cut out the coupons off the cereal thing and then post it off, and they post it back to you. And it was a cassette. It had 4 songs on it. It had Candy Girl by I can't remember who it was, but it was someone like the Jackson 5 or someone like that. Candy Girl, that one.
I know. Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was Haircut 100. But that's the one song that's just stuck in my head for some reason.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not mine. Mine's no. Yeah, it's one of my earliest memories. I think it's Flashdance, Maniac.
Oh,
Would it be a maniac?
Yeah,
That's just the first thing I can remember. I just remember singing to it, and I get earworms. Sorry, this cat is about to pounce on my hand. That's what I keep looking at. I can see his eyes, and his ass is wiggling. I'm about to get fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, that's the very first song I can remember hearing. But I did get a free tape though. Where you said about getting free tapes. I got it wasn't the Aladdin soundtrack, but I mean it was a coupon job. I think it was one of those present 2 coupons going to Woolworths and they give you a cassette, and it was 2 songs from the Aladdin movie. So that'd been like 1991 or something.
Yeah. Have you got 2 songs? Oh yeah.
It's got loads of songs.
I can only think.
And the worst thing is, I can still sing the whole of Prince Ali because of it, because that was one of the few tapes I had, that and Queen at that point. A few weeks later, I got Television Anime Friends to Influence People.
Thank God Shuffle Play didn't exist at that time.
Yeah, didn't it? Just that would be an interesting one.
Bohemian Rhapsody with Prince Ali.
Yeah, it was but it was a different time though, wasn't it? Because when you didn't have any money, and we never had any fucking money, so I couldn't go and buy like cassettes and CDs when I was younger. I didn't have a CD player until I was like 13. Although that was quite young. I got one for Christmas and then had no CDs to play on it, which was fucking brilliant. Got a CD player, and then what did I get? Oh, that's why I went and bought that Smash Hits album, because it was 2 CDs. So it's just like, it's more music to listen to. That's why I bought that. But the Christmas I got a CD player was the year All Saints. That All Saints song, never ever have I ever felt so long.
Yeah.
That one, when that was Christmas #1. And so I got that album, and that was not a good album. It was like my first experience of albums don't necessarily mean that all the songs are fucking good on it.
Yeah, I mean, as a general rule, I always thought that you'd have 2 or 3 decent songs, like proper good songs on an album.
Yeah.
One normally early on, and then 1 or 2 towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Then you'd have a load of mediocre songs, and there's always one track that you just fucking hated and had to skip past every time.
Yeah.
It seemed to be a standard format for CDs, didn't it? Or albums.
Yeah, for quite a long time, because I consider that, when people talk about like desert island discs and stuff, like what would you take to a desert island? I always think of it in the point that I'd quite like to have a record player. But I want a wind up one. I saw, what was the movie with piss?
Movie with
a blind guy. It's a blind guy. There's cannibals. It's got the guy Gary Oldman's in it. It's a bad guy. It's the Book of Eli. Have you seen the Book of Eli? Yeah. And you've got the cannibal family, and she's like, "Should we listen to some music while I fix up some sandwiches?" And she puts on, it's like, "You can ring my bell, ring my bell," with sort of wind-up gramophone. And like when I saw that, I was like, "Do you know what? I'd quite like to get an old wind-up gramophone and just get the best albums. The albums that have that, like Metallica Black Album. All the songs on it are fucking great. Rage Against the Machine self-titled. All the songs are fucking great. Fleetwood Mac Rumours. All of them are great. I mean, I could go on, but I'm not going to. I would like to get a record player just to have the best albums where every single song is fucking good.
And it'd be very handy on a desert island where you've got no power.
Also correct. Yeah, with the big cone. I mean, it would not fit any decor. I wouldn't get one, but I always think if I was to get one, they're the albums I'd get. I wouldn't just get any old shite. It would have to be the ones where every single song is awesome.
Yeah,
otherwise I just wouldn't bother.
Because you can't really skip tracks on a record either.
No, not really. But I suppose that's why albums only ever used to have like 4 songs on them. 8 songs.
Yeah, I remember.
What do you get? Can you name a couple of albums that you think all the tracks are fucking excellent?
Finch, What It Is to Burn.
Okay.
Thrice, The Artist in the Ambulance.
Thrice. I've not listened to that one.
No, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. I know who Thrice are. I've just not listened to that album.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great album. And Faith No More, epic.
No, no. That's a great song. A terrible album though. I just finished listening to all of their stuff, and they've got like 5 songs that are good, and there are some terrible songs on there.
No, I won't hear it. I love that album. I love Faith No More.
Really?
Yeah, massive fan. I mean, I really like them.
Epic is fucking great. My kids love it as well, which is fucking great because it's nice when they listen to good music. But
or Carcass, Swan Song. I could listen to that over and over again as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, can you class greatest hits albums? Because I'd have Queen greatest hits 1 and 2, because I think both of those are fantastic.
No, you're not allowed greatest hits album.
Oh, that's not fair, because their normal albums suck. they're like totally rubbish. I'm just like, well, where's all the hits? They're on all the other albums.
Megadeth, Hangar 18. I quite liked. What was the album called which Hangar 18 was on?
I don't know. I know who Megadeth are, but I don't know their albums.
Yeah, I can't.
It's like compilation stuff for me. Oh, Me Fest and the Gimme Gimmies. Any one of those albums, they're all good.
Yeah. Newfound Glory's first album. I could listen to the whole of that, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything by Jimmy Eat World. Oh, Less Than Jake.
All my friends are metalheads. That one. Oh, what was Detroit? No, what was it like? Welcome to Rock View or something?
Yep.
That was good. That was quite good as well.
I love Less Than Jake beyond words.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible.
They're the band I've seen the most live.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've seen them like 5 or 6 times.
Oh, wow. Mine's Frank Turner. I've seen him loads. He's amazing. He's from Winchester.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Oh, I've seen him like 5 times. He's fucking brilliant. He did this Love, R, and something else. I mean, I don't know what the word is, but I heard it because he did a song called "Long Live the Queen" in tribute to his friend that died, and it's just beautiful. It's brilliant. But he's brought out a load of albums, and they're really fucking good. They're a bit folky. You can tell he's got like sort of American country influences behind him, but it's more of a like hardcore. He used to be called Frank Turner Hardcore back in the day, but yeah, he's really good. But
check him out.
Yeah, I think it's him and Muse I've seen the most. And Muse, I'm not even massive fan. I mean, I don't dislike them, but I just so happened to have seen them a lot of times. They were always at festivals.
Yeah, I like a few of their songs, but I'm not a huge fan. Do you know? I've only just seen Less Than Jake more than a band called Corrosion of Conformity.
Never even heard of them.
The only reason I've never owned an album of theirs or anything like that, the only reason I've seen Corrosion of Conformity so many times is because they used to support everyone that I went to see. I think they supported Megadeth, they've supported Metallica, they've supported Biohazard. I think they supported them as well when I went to see them.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there's and I've seen them loads to the point where I could sing along to their sets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but didn't particularly like them.
That's amazing. Have I ever told you about when I went to Heavy Fest?
No.
Okay, so I used to love going to festivals. It's what I did during my 20s. I spent 8 years just going to lots of festivals. When other people were going on holidays, I spent too much money going to Reading and Glastonbury, the Isle of Wight Festival. Anyway, a friend of mine who used to go to Reading with had a spare ticket for Heavy Fest down in the West Country somewhere. It was like on the grounds of a zoo. So going to the festival got you entry to the zoo, which was nice.
Cool.
I spent the whole weekend there, got absolutely disgustingly wasted every single night. And over the course of the weekend, I must have seen about 20 bands, and I knew one song, just one. And not only was it just one song, it was the very last song of the headline act. I can't remember. I can't remember who the band is. It was that song, "Wasting Time with Your Friends." Wasted time. No. We listened to it in the car going up there because I was like, Rob, I'm not going to know any of these fucking people at all. I was like, this is not the sort of shit I'm listening to at the moment. And he's like, I'll play you some of the songs on the way up there. And that one song, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. The last song of the last set. And it was the only one I knew the whole weekend. Yeah, after that, I made sure I did research. I do. Yeah, if I go to a festival now, I pick one band every single day that I want to go and listen to, and I listen to the shit out of all of their stuff, and then I really enjoy it. Yeah, damn straight. I really enjoy doing it that way.
See, I went to see Green Day at Milton Keynes Bowl.
Oh, well jealous. I'd love to have seen them.
Yeah, well, they were really good, but they had 2 support bands, neither of which I saw because me and my mate rocked up there, boshed 2 bottles of red wine.
Ooh, interesting choice.
It was one of the hottest days ever. Well, my thinking was, it's a big bottle. I can just walk around with it. I don't have to keep going back to get new pints and stuff like that.
They didn't let you in, did they?
Oh no, this was in the actual venue. It was in the venue.
Okay.
There were big plastic bottles of wine.
Okay.
Like, I'm sure it was some kind of vintage or something like that, you know. But
wine
yeah,
drink.
I fucking annihilated both these bottles while they're doing the sound checks for the first support band. Then fell asleep on the side of the bowl under the sun. Woke up just before Green Day were going on, with horrific sunburn. Felt like shit for the whole thing. But one of the support bands was a group called Taking Back Sunday, who I've since come to really like.
I know them.
Yeah, and now I'm really annoyed that I slept through their gig.
That's brutal. That is.
Yeah. But that'll teach me.
Yeah, well, with all this, I had the opportunity to see Guns N' Roses at Reading, but Slash wasn't in it. So I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to bother. And I went back to my campsite with my friends, and we had a big bonfire, and we got absolutely wankered. It was a great night. And then one of the people that we were with, he actually bothered to go and see him, and he was like, he was fucking half an hour late, and his set got cut short because of it. I was like, I've got no regrets missing that fucking redneck idiot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan when shit like that happens and all that. Like, I mean, Jess Glynn just didn't turn up for the Isle of Wight festival because she was a bit tired because she was out partying the night before.
I don't like Jess Glynn. I don't like her at all.
I think she's got a nice voice. I think she's a right singer, but fuck me, she's an idiot, that girl.
She featured in the Clean Bandit song. That's how she got famous. She was a feature in a Clean Bandit song. Clean Bandit's pretty cool. I liked that song, Mozart's House. I thought it was really cool. It was nice to hear actual, classical mingled in with a bit of techno or whatever. Fucking hell it's called. And then it just seemed that Radio 1 loved her so much. They were just like, oh, Jess Glynn, I just love you. And then she was on everything. And I just don't like her. I don't like her at all. If I hear Jess Glynn's in it, I'm like, nah, pass, skip. Yeah. I'm off.
No, that's fair enough. She's a fucking moron.
And she let you all down at the island.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's a case of if you're a famous musician or something like that, you are in your position because of the good grace of the general public.
Yes,
I agree. As such, you owe them a service. You are a musician, therefore you owe them music to pay for the stature that they've given you. And when you turn around and you can't be bothered to turn up to something which it's just the most entitled dickish behavior in the universe, it's basically pissing on all of the fans that have gone out, spend their hard-earned money on your album to put you in the position where you are, and then you'd rather go out and take coke with your mates. Fuck off. Yeah, no time for that at all. No time.
Yeah, fuck you, Jess Glynn, you stupid bin.
Yeah, you prick.
Yeah, you can. Fuck you. Yeah. Oh dear. Right, should we do one more?
Should we do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more, and then we'll do our game.
Yeah.
Tell me when.
Now.
DJ requests.
Oh.
Come on. There must have been a time when you, because I remember a time very, very clearly that I would quite often request songs from DJs. And now, as I'm older, I realise that's a right dick move because DJs are there to do something and they like DJing, don't they?
Yeah.
But I used to go to metal clubs, so it's not like I was interrupting a set or anything.
I did go to metal clubs and stuff like that, but I'm not going to cheat. I didn't go to them that often. So I'm
it's going to be bad, isn't it?
It's pretty bad. I mean, there's a couple. I mean, Blue was one of them. I'm blue.
What? Oh my god, Eiffel 65.
Yeah, I used to love that song for some reason. I used to request it all the fucking time.
When that first came out, it was that was like my introduction into that genre of music. That was my first year in college. That was.
Well, there you go. I don't feel so bad then. And that I can't remember the name of the song, but it's What's She Gonna Look Like with a Chimney on Her? That song.
Tampera.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, the one with the Michael Jackson. Dun, dun, dun,
was it that one? I wasn't sure if it's the same one. Yeah, that came up quite a lot as well.
Wow. I mean, we're really going to see the age gap here because I wasn't requesting songs until I was about 20. I mean, the only underage drinking I used to be able to do was it was the tavern. It's not there anymore. It's Wetherspoons, like all pubs are.
I don't think I was underage.
The tavern, I'd go and request the odd songs here and there. But once I was a bit older and I started drinking, I used to go to the Dungeon. I've mentioned it before, and now it's a sports bar and it's super sad. it was always Spitfire by Prodigy.
Okay, yeah.
Terrible. Like now, terrible song to put for when you want to get people dancing, because it's just a little bit too slow. They need to do like a remix where it's just a little bit faster. I mean, it's a fucking brilliant song, and it was the first thing I'd heard from Prodigy in probably 5 or 6 years. I mean, like, obviously the Fat of the Land was incredible. Jilted Generation, the one before that, was even fucking better. Like, it's not a fact, but so one of my favorite films growing up was Hackers, with young Angelina Jolie, Johnny Lee Miller. It was brilliant, and the soundtrack was all basically music for a Jilted Generation, Voodoo People, and that sort of shit. Yeah. I didn't know that, and I was at a party, and one of my old housemates just so happened to put it on, and it was a really fucking terrible party. And like when someone has a party and you're just like, this is fucking awful, like super fucking bad. Anyway, puts this music on, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is the music from Hackers. I've been looking for this forever. And he's like, oh, it's Prodigy. I was like, you fucking what? I was like, I've had Fat of the Land forever. I had no idea, because like the internet wasn't a thing. I mean, it was there, but yeah, I'd never thought to look up their back catalogue. And when I was looking for music, I was like, oh, well, I've got Prodigy's only good album. No idea it even existed. And yeah, from that day on, and still to this day, Jilted Generation is, it's just a brilliant, brilliant album. I know what I'll be listening to tomorrow at work.
I'd say that's another. You're putting me to shame with your music choices here.
Oh well, fair enough. But I got a little bit younger, aren't I? So music got better. But yeah, so anyway, my when I heard Spitfire for the first time with their relaunch, it was because they did the Isle of Wight Festival, didn't they? I saw it. That's another fun fact. I saw them live at the Isle of Wight Festival with an ex from a very fucking long time ago, and I didn't know Maxim was part of the band. I thought he just featured in one of their videos, and I turned to her name was Kay, and I was like, Kay, who's the black guy? And she's like, that's, like, with a proper look of disdain. She was tiny though, so she was like, that's Maxim, you fucking idiot. And I was like, who? He's like, it's part of Prodigy. It's like, I thought it was just that Keith chap, the one with the weird hair, the angry fire starter. It's like, I had no idea, absolutely no idea, because like their better videos, there was the was it Breathe, where the camera, and he has to have his head over here, and it's in the first person the whole way through, and he goes walking through, and they go to a nightclub, and they get to a fight, and then they go to a mirror at the end, and turns out it's a woman, and so we're like, oh my god, the big reveal. Like, that music video was axed. They didn't want it, but the guy went ahead and made it anyway, and then he showed them the end result, and they're like, it's actually brilliant, we want it. Maxim doesn't feature in that video. And I didn't have MTV or the internet, so I didn't know anything about it. So when I saw him, I was just like, who's this black fella? It's like, it's fucking Maxim, you idiot.
Openly displaying your ignorance. How very dare you.
We didn't last. Yeah, she was there for Placebo, who, again, I'm not a big fan of them.
Oh, God, no. I like 2 of their songs, I think.
Is it the a friend in need is a friend indeed?
Yeah, quite
friend
like that.
With weed is better.
Yeah.
Fucking
it's
terrible.
There's that one, and there's another one they did as well. I can't remember what it was though now.
No, I can't either. Fuck knows. When I was in college, I went through a big phase of just listening to soundtracks.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I had was I spent quite a lot of time dabbling with substances and things like that. So a lot of my younger years are hazy, to say the least.
Yeah.
There's bands that I will listen to, or they'll pop up occasionally. I'll be like, fuck, I used to listen to them all the time, like Silverchair.
Neon Circus. Is it Neon Circus?
Don't ask me, mate. I didn't realise I'd listened to them before they played on the radio like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I know this song. And then I looked at some of their other stuff. I was like, oh my god, I used to listen to this all the time, just on like random compilations. I used to get Kerrang and Metal Hammer and all that. The CDs on the front of them. And
what, mate? One of my favourite CDs was a free CD that came from Kerrang. It had like War Pigs on it. Is it War Pigs, the one that goes, generals gathered in their masses,
Oh
Just
yeah, I
like
know that one.
witches. It had like that on it, and it had loads of different things. But I had it and I lost it, and then I went into old cash converters, and this was way back in the day, and it was not a lot of money for a lot of CDs. That's how I built my CD collection when I had one. And I saw this CD. I was like, motherfucker, I've been wanting this CD for ages. I went up to the counter and I was like, you can't sell this because it's a freebie. I was like, it's a free CD. I was like, I will take it off your hands. I'll give you 20p right now, because you can't. It says not for resale on it. And they're like, yeah, all right then. Just gave me 20p, and I got my CD back. I was well happy.
Quality.
Yeah.
Does pay being difficult sometimes.
Yeah, occasionally you got to pull out your inner Karen, haven't you?
Oh well, too right,
yeah. Yeah, it was good times. Right, I've still got so much on this. We might have to revisit this subject another time.
We can make this a two-parter. I mean, I'm quite eager to get other people's views on some of these subjects as well. To be fair,
and we didn't put that many posts up.
No,
but
should we post up?
Should we try our game?
Let's do the game.
Let's do the game. Right.
Yeah. Who's going first? You going first?
I'm going to go first because I found the page already. I've just done it all the thing. Okay. So I've tried to describe this, and I did this in a rush, and I don't think I've done a very good job. But if you can guess the fucking song, I will be mega fucking impressed.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw a stunning wannabe actress. I didn't understand her, so I danced around the floor, but then she came to the floor and danced around me. Unusually, she had a boy's name, but she was terribly behaved when she was out, always causing scenes. Problem was that every head turned, dreaming of being with her. I'd received a lot of advice on who to love and warnings about breaking women's hearts. Oh, complex lives were out of the question in case they came true. That's all I've got written down about that song.
Fucking hell, man.
We took a different approach, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Do you want any of that again?
Yeah. Read it all again.
All of it?
Yeah, sorry. It sounds so familiar.
It should do, because I've basically just changed all the lyrics in the songs to a different perspective. Okay, I saw a stunning wannabe actress. I didn't understand her, so I danced around the floor, but then she came to the floor and danced around me. Unusually, she had a boy's name, but was terribly behaved when out. Problem was that every head turned, dreaming of being with her. I'd received a lot of advice on who to love and warnings about breaking women's hearts. And complex lives were out of the questions in case they came true.
Oh my God. I feel like I know this, but I don't know it.
You do. You know the song. Everybody knows this song.
Oh God. Billie Jean.
It's Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
Yeah. As I say, it wasn't. It was rushed.
To be fair, I don't know the lyrics to Billie Jean.
Oh, dreaming that I'll be the one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I say yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could get the lyrics up and do a side by side, but I'm not going to bother.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, that was good. Yeah, you see, I was looking at Michael Jackson one as well. I'm glad I didn't go with that in the end.
Oh, nice. Well, again, originally I was going to go Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues, but I didn't because I started writing it. I was just like, oh no, I'm just literally writing the lyrics. Oh, I see a trader coming. It's rolling around the bend. Oh, okay. I realised I should have put because I should have put like an actual line from the song in there at the end. That would have made.
Well, I haven't. What I've done is I've just altered the lyrics to use different interpretations of those words.
Okay, you do one.
I'll do one. It still basically means the same thing.
It's
just a little bit more wordy. It's more poem form, I guess.
Oh, God.
Are you ready for this?
No, I'm not.
At that time, when your bipedal appendages fail to function as you've previously been accustomed to, and I find myself unable to remove your stability, will your oral orifice continue to recall the flavour of my adoration, or your ocular orbs still grin from your jowls?
What? Read that slower.
At that time, when your bipedal appendages fail to function...
What's bipedal appendages mean?
Well, I can't say that because then you get it. What does pedal mean? What does bipedal mean?
2 arms.
Ped.
Motorbike.
Feet.
Okay. So,
this is going to be difficult, isn't it?
This is going to be really difficult. You've done a Joey. You've done a Joey and you've just looked up a thesaurus.
I didn't actually look up a thesaurus for any of this.
But, my God.
So, at that time, when your bipedal appendages fail to function as you've previously been accustomed to.
Okay. So your feet stop working.
And I find myself unable to remove your stability.
Unable to remove your stability.
Will your oral orifice continue to recall the flavour of my adoration?
So will your mouth continue to record the taste?
Continue to recall.
Remember the taste.
Of my adoration.
Of my love.
Or your ocular orbs.
Or your eyes.
Still grin from your jowls.
Eyes, smile.
Jowls, obviously.
From your cheeks.
You pretty much got the lyrics of the actual song there.
Give us a bit of the tune then.
I can't without singing it.
I don't know, Mushy.
Okay, so it would be. I'll translate it slowly. Just when your legs don't work like they used to before.
Yeah.
And I can't sweep you off of your feet.
Yeah.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks?
Yeah. Is this like a Coldplay thing?
No. When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet. No. Do you give up?
Yeah, I give up.
It's Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud.
Oh, no wonder I didn't fucking know it.
Do you not know Ed Sheeran? I went for songs that I thought you might know.
Well, it doesn't say your opinion of me is not very high, is it?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
But I mean, I imagine a lot of people who will see this will know that because because I'm a retard doesn't mean the rest of the world is. Not a bit like I like Ed Sheeran, but I think most of his songs sound the same.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Go on then. Do you want to do your second one?
My last one. Okay. Well, again, this is going to be the exact same gibberish as the last one.
Please do. So's mine. Have you paused?
No, I haven't. I haven't paused.
I thought I was suffering a technical glitch there just because you stopped.
There's no. I was trying. Hello. Caught on a wire then. What I didn't do, Mushu, is write down the name of the song on the paper.
Right.
But so I had to read it and then work out what the actual answer was. But I did get there. So, I mean, I could work it out, but I did originally see it. Okay. I was in a bad place. Jesus' old dear came and spoke to me. When things got real bad, she stood right in front of me, repeating her voice in a whisper. Her catchphrase was prevalent when the heart-broken people agree. Even when the weather sucks, her message will make you happy or will help you get over it.
I think I know this.
Go for it. Got to sing it, though.
Is it Let It Be?
It's Let It Be!
Yeah! By the Beatles. I knew it. Or, sorry. Is it by the Beatles or is it just by one of them?
Yeah, it's the Beatles.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was much easier.
Yeah, I was trying to get something that could actually be got. It's no fun playing a game if nobody gets it, which is what I'm about to experience. I reckon.
Why do you say that? No, this one's a proper pop song, so you should know this.
Oh God!
Is
it by Desiree?
Yeah, she's afraid of the dark in a park, eating toast. Oh no, it's a ghost. Oh no.
I thought that was a song. I thought you were doing the lyrics.
No. Oh, I almost don't want to do this. It doesn't seem fair.
Is it hard? Is it enough of a ridiculous one?
I don't think you're going to get it, to be honest.
That's fine.
But right, you ready?
No, let's go.
Fear glancing behind. Lock your gaze upon my person. I verbalized that you are withholding. She exclaimed, silence. Let us oscillate rhythmically in time to the music together. This particular female is my fate. She proclaimed, oh, and oh again. Silence, she said, and you and I can oscillate in time to the music in each other's presence.
It's not Let's Dance by Bowie, is it?
No, but you're on the right tracks. No, you're not on the right tracks. You're kind of in the right area with some of the words.
Well, let's oscillate together as dance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what have you changed that from?
I haven't changed all of it. There's some bits that I've just left in there.
Okay, let's hear it again.
Fear glancing behind. Lock your gaze upon my person.
Stop. Is it? Oh, what's her name? Canadian. Don't look back.
No,
over your shoulder.
You're on the right. No, but I like the way you're thinking. So, fear glancing behind. Lock your gaze on my person. I verbalized that you are withholding. She exclaimed, silence. Let us oscillate rhythmically in time to the music together. This particular female is... Oh, you were so close then.
Quiet, let's dance is what I said.
Yeah, so close. This particular female is my fate. She proclaimed, oh, and oh again. Silence, she said, and you and I can oscillate to the music in
this particular female. This girl's my destiny, or something like that.
Yeah.
I can translate what you're saying, but I can't put it into song. Oh, this is hard. You make hard games, Mushy.
Sorry, mate. I thought
we
were on the same level. Like,
clearly not.
I can translate it line for line if you want.
No, it's fine. I'll give it on this one. Give us a song.
It's "Shut Up and Dance" by Walk the Moon.
Oh.
So don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. She said you're holding back. I said, shut up and dance with me.
Very good. Because now you say it makes perfect sense. Again, I wouldn't have known it was Walk of the Moon. Shut Up and Dance.
Yeah, I figured you'd have got the song, if nothing else. Apparently, it was nothing else.
It was nothing else. I said, that was hard. Well played, though, Mushy. You have a win on that. You guessed one of mine.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to play this again next week if we're carrying on the music subject.
We've still got a bunch of other categories to cover on that. But I mean, time is just making a fool of us, as it usually does.
Isn't it just?
So I say we revisit next week.
And
we continue on, but we can play that game again because it's quite fun.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll be up for that. And they've made nice little TikToks. I'm sure they'll be turning up on TikTok.
100% Mushy.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, they're about 2 minutes long. That's perfect.
Ideal.
And people get to play. People like games.
That was creepy. People like games.
They like games.
I could stay awake just to watch you breathing.
Oh, don't. I could stay awake just to see you breathing. Oh, poor Louise. She's so lovely.
I hope she's not getting some sort of PTSD or something from it.
Nah. She's got a butcher for a husband. She's all right.
I don't know if I mentioned that I used to be a butcher.
Oh, did you, Mushy? And in a band, songwriter, policeman.
And I went to Iceland once on holiday.
No, you definitely would have mentioned that before now, Mushy.
I know you would have thought, but obviously slipped under the radar.
Oh, Jesus. What did you think of that overlay?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
Awesome, isn't it? Tash does art on Instagram. Well worth a follow. She's highly skilled.
Yeah, do that because what I've seen of her work already is incredible.
Yeah, I'm so excited about getting that bad boy uploaded. It's not finished. It's not finished yet. It's a work in progress. She's busy. Can
we stick her Instagram link in the comments?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
it's no problem.
Yeah.
I'll check that it's okay, and if not, I'll cut that bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends. Facebook page, TikTok page, Twitter page doesn't get any kind of action because can't be bothered, and don't really know how to work it. What else is there, Mushy?
Stick to YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's an Insta page as well. I upload on that, but every time I put #podcast, the comments all consist of promote it here, promote it here, promote it here.
Yeah. Which is annoying.
I mean, it's interactions, isn't it? Hey ho.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So.
Oh, and there's a website. Of course, there's a website where you can buy all of our lovely merch.
God Almighty, how did we forget that? Yeah, www.pacifistpodcast.com. You notice how I slowed down there to make sure I got it right. Still nearly got it wrong.
And of course, you can always email us as well at pacifistpodcast@outlook.com.
Yeah, if you're feeling like that, or you could fax us. No, you can't fax us. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, who has a fax machine? What sort of pervert has paper?
Yeah, you could type a letter for us. Pen us a letter. No, just get in touch anyway. But like, follow, subscribe, all that sort of shit. That's very, very helpful to us, and it makes us feel loved and wanted, and gives us some sense of belonging in the world, which is lovely. What great gift you give someone.
New t-shirt designs coming up soon as well. Don't know if I told you about that, Mushy. I've asked Tash to design us a new t-shirt.
You haven't, but I'm very excited. It means I have to spend money now.
If it's as good as what I suspect it'll be, I'll be buying one as well.
I hope it's along the lines that I'm thinking of. It's along the lines. I'm already buying it. I know I'm buying it already. It's going to be amazing.
Buy a dozen of them and just give them to everybody.
Yeah. In fact, I might actually buy a few, and we'll do a competition or something like that and chuck some out.
Yeah, we'll maybe put a discount on the website on that day.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right. Well, from me, cheerio.
Yep.